Change will speed up even more now. And we are telling you this, they said, so you won't panic when you experience it. Expect it. Change is here, the big change, and what you will notice first is an acceleration. The old is beginning to fall away even faster now. Old ideas, ways of living, attitudes, belief sets, and institutions will crumble. They will peel off so quickly that it will feel shocking to you. But let it all go, they cried. Let it go. It must go so that Earth and all life on her can live. We think of energy as electricity, the generation of heat or the product of fuel. But in fact, everything that is made of matter can be thought of as energy. Money is a form of energy, as are food, crystals, plants, and even inanimate objects. Everything on Earth vibrates and generates its own energy, although it may appear to be solid and stationary. All forms of energy have a particular vibrational frequency that creates a level of consciousness. Humans are energetic beings, and their vibrations will be higher or lower depending on their state of health and mind. The food they consume, the vibrations of the people they interact with, and the kinds of lives they lead. If you're like most people on the fast track into 5D at this point, you're probably feeling major unsettling shifts and losses occurring within you and your life. And you may be experiencing a great deal of discomfort, disorientation, and fear with them, feeling lost, not sure what's happening to you. Perhaps you've experienced this sensation at other times in your life when change has happened. But now it feels different. Change is happening much more quickly and much more dramatically. There's a whole lot more unknown involved, and the demand to simply trust the process can be overwhelming. It can be helpful to remember that these are times now in which profound changes need to be occurring in your ascension process. Because you are in the process of literally losing an identity you've lived with all your life. You're not just experiencing certain shifts and losses like before, you're in the process of losing your whole sense of self, that experience of me-ness that you've always lived with. The good will only morph into something that will lead to more life, to a better life. It may not look like that now, but we do not lie, they said. And we tell you that this peeling off must take place. Let it peel, let it fall to the ground, and then let it go. Old energy is seeking to have its way during this time of upheaval, and you will see some who are trying to control the winds of change. They're attempting to drag life back to the old patriarchal systems. They want to hang on to power, to control Earth and all life on her, so they're choosing to battle with change. But we repeat, the grandmothers said, the winds of change cannot be controlled. There is no going back to the old ways now. The movement is forward, only forward. We urge you to stay out of the storms that are raging, to keep it simple, they said. Do the things that feel good to you, speak the truth, and help take care of one another. Live our message and love, no matter what. Don't get caught in the roiling and raging of the storms, but do whatever good you can and keep your focus on the net of light. Anything used as an exchange of energy to live and survive on Earth will directly affect how humans feel, think, say, and do every day. The frequency of energy used as exchange will affect how happy or sad, positive or negative we feel. For instance, a smile or a kind tone of voice in response to a gift or service given will always create a much higher energetic exchange than harsh words or no thanks at all. If the exchange of energy returned is lower than the intention or value held by the person providing the gift or service, an imbalance will be created, causing dissatisfaction and disharmony between the giver and receiver. Money is a very dense energy form which can weigh people down like a ton of concrete, especially if importance and status are attached to it. Money has the potential to keep people grounded in the physical world, blocking their minds to the opportunities and possibilities that the universe offers, should they be open to it. If humans could always think of money, possessions and food as forms of energy rather than as physical objects or the only form of energy exchange that matters, they would find it much easier to create abundance in their lives. It can be all the more confusing if you're noticing that there are people around you who don't seem to be going through the same kind of changes you are. If so, these people are probably not on the same timeline with you. They are likely not able, like you, to access and be affected by the same high-frequency waves hitting the planet at this time that are here to assist those who are ready to make the transition into 5D. It can be difficult to go through this transformational process alone. But what you're now being called to do is to just allow it all to happen in whatever way it is. All that is falling away at this point is what you can't take with you where you're going. You need to trust that whatever is essential for you will still be with you. One way to assist you through this rapid transformative process is to become very aware of the identity you've had most of your life, essentially as a body with a mind and emotions. And then, once you began your conscious spiritual journey, you've also known yourself to be someone with a spiritual aspect as well. This has likely felt like a very full and complex sense of identity, especially when adding in the auric field around you and the higher self you may be experienced with you. Although the use of money as legal exchange cannot be avoided, the vibration in which it is handled can have a major effect on people's financial situations. The law of attraction comes into play here, as attachment to money, status, or material objects will keep you in the third dimension and block your ability to manifest what you need. Worry about money and the lack of it will only bring more of the same. Giving thanks and blessings for the abundance you already have, however, will quickly open the way for attracting more abundance into your life. Visualizing the abundance you need, the form it must take, financial, happiness, etc., and giving thanks for it coming into your life as if it has already happened. You are giving clear signals to the universe and it will answer. After putting your request out there, it is essential to let it go, because you will be back in the cycle of attachment if you don't. If you need money and it doesn't eventuate, even though you have asked the universe every day, it might mean you need to look at your belief system. Do you feel deserving of money? Do you actually believe good things can come to you at all? Do you believe life is hard or know how to live life, not just survive it? These beliefs can be huge blockers. So, how has money changed, improved, or ruined your life? And how can you change your perspective of money to that of flow and abundance rather than hard-earned and always in lack? Are you liberal with your energy exchanges or miserly and guarded? While one can be too generous, also creating energy imbalances. It is necessary to give, spend, and let go of energy in order to receive it. There can be no flow with only one spout pouring water from a vessel without refilling. It will only drain and deplete it. This is especially so when you consider your relationships. Maybe you've had an identity as a parent, child, or partner, or as a work colleague or a sibling. You've probably had several different identities as a friend, depending on who the friend has been. In addition, maybe you've also developed a strong identity around what you do. You've put a lot of effort into creating, developing, refining, and expanding your identity with your work or your spiritual mission, whatever you see this as. There is nothing wrong with creating all these identities or in continuing to see yourself as one major identity who shifts in and out of these temporary ones. This is all part of the journey we make on this planet. And if you've managed to create a comfortable identity as someone with a spiritual mission, that's likely given you a sense of purpose and meaning. It's probably helped you through rough patches of challenge in other parts of your life. However, what needs to happen now is the next step in your spiritual journey. This is realizing that this identity you have created, as complex and spiritually oriented as it may be, is still not actually who you are in the deepest sense. Or, at most, it's a very small part of who you are.